Gosh, I'm out of water.
Yeah, I am too. It's okay. We can be in the same out of water club.
We'll die of waterlessness.
I think the word you're looking for is dehydration.
Shut up. I had the biggest brain fart right there. I'm like, I know this word. Make something up.
Jesus Christ, you're starting to sound like me. I'm the one who has a massive fucking headache and can't come up with, like, I can't even read anything right now. I'm so fucking messed up.
Yeah,
he needs to go lay down. He's an old man.
Spent the entire day cleaning with chemicals and shit. Now I can't read anything. It's fucked up. I'm looking at like a bottle of like shampoo and I can't read it. It's like, what the fuck?
First of all, why are you reading shampoo? And second of all,
because I like to take showers unlike some people.
You should have like opened the windows when you.
I don't like walking around smelling like, you know, vinegar and feta cheese. So.
And we appreciate that. Thank you. That's your contrib. That's your.
I feel like that's supposed to be a jab at me, except I just took a shower
when
we started this. So.
I mean, your wet dream is to become a real-life Goldilocks and live in the woods next to the bears and your little porta potty you're gonna buy eventually.
No, that was all true until the porta potty part. The
portal.
We're all turning stupid tonight. Why not?
Awesome. That's amazing.
So what do you guys want to hear first about the concert? Because there was so much shit that happened. It was fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Okay. First of all, I am the hugest fan of the great Raymond Watts. He is a musician who got me through a lot of shit during college. And if I met him in real life, I'd do the whole like Wayne's World thing where he like claps and go, "We're not worthy, we're not worthy."
Oh yeah.
I couldn't give a shit about anybody else ever. I don't care if it's like AC/DC or Metallica, but Raymond Watts, I would just like, you know, I would kneel to him. So, tell me.
Do what after you kneel?
Well, you know, kneel him and then, you know, pull the whole. You know,
praise the Lord, obviously.
Praise something. Yeah, I'm so gay for Raymond Watts. That's it. No,
we got it on audio.
I'm so gay for Raymond Watts.
I'm so gay for Raymond Watts.
I'm so gay for Raymond Watts.
Yeah, thanks. But no, well, I'm just curious, like how things are going. I know he was there with Anish, and he was there with Gunter Schultz, and everyone else except for one guy from KMFDM who kind of sucks anymore. Sorry, but I went to see him at a concert in Minneapolis, and as much as I like KMFDM, it was kind of the same thing as usual. And I am anxious to hear what Raymond Watts is doing. So, take it away.
Well, because I had the VIP package, we're supposed to meet and greet at 7:30 because the show's about to start at 8. But they were like an hour and a half late because
really,
like, I mean, they're there. I was eating dinner and I saw them like go through because I guess they're traveling on the road. I thought they're gonna fly in because I was like, wow, they're hitting all these venues like really quick, but no, they're just driving. It's like, wow. So they had to do sound check first, so we kind of got kicked out of the venue, but I was able to kind of see him, you know, set up the equipment. I get to hear him tune up his voice, which is kind of neat, but we had to be kicked out, and then they let the VIP people in, and I think I was probably the fourth person because the two guys are from me. They had like their whole collection. Like this one guy just got like a Homestuck bag and he just filled it with CDs, vinyl albums, his license plate, just everything. He's like, sign everything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then, I got an exclusive CD called The Redeemer. It's like 4-track remixes from the, I guess, album. They have Orgonzola, Ecstasy and Exorcism, Missing the Main Line, The Devil's Delight demo, and Some Guys Get All the Luck.
Ooh, I love Some Guys Gets All the Luck. That is a fucking great song by Raymond Watts.
I like that one too.
I mean, it's obviously like who's the dude from the Beatles who actually sings that song? No, sorry, it's not him. George Harrison? No. It's that doesn't matter. Anyways. When you listen to Raymond Watts sing "Some Guy Has All the Luck," it's fucking amazing. I mean, it's so depressing. It sounds like something you'd like listen to and like you chill to at like a bar when you're like depressed or something. When you got like you broke up. It's definitely something to drink to. But,
I love that crap. I really do. But yeah, so by the time I get there, I'm just kind of like a little nervous. I met like Zemar and Galen and Gunter, so that was kind of cool. So they got to sign my poster. So he was really nice. I think somebody said I didn't expect him to be so British. I was like, well, he is from Britain, so what do you expect? But but yeah, he was like super nice. That's the whole thing that blew me away, is that everybody from like NS was like super nice and just so gracious and everything.
Well, it's been like 10 to 9 years since any of them have really done anything that was like this. I mean,
Well, more importantly, for $50 per person, even I would crack a smile.
yeah.
Yeah, then we had to pay an extra $25 because that does include a ticket. So
I heard that they get so many VIP passes that they actually are running out of like albums and stuff.
Oh yeah, like the roadies told us that we have everything except for the t-shirts, so I gotta wait for those in November, hopefully.
Wow.
And then they said they actually ran out of the gospel CDs because they have a distributor in Texas and they got flooded out with like the bad rains and stuff. So when you go to Amazon, it says we'll ship within 1 to 2 months.
Jesus. But I mean, it's good to hear that Raymond Watts and Inish and Gunter Schultz are making quite a splash. I mean, that people are actually going to see him live. And the one thing that's really interesting though is I've listened to like Raymond Watts like on the album, and then I've heard him like sing live and like DVDs and stuff. And he always sounds like shit when he's like on a DVD. And as much as I like him, he always sounds like a little bit off though. But I watched some videos of him singing in like some YouTube videos, and he sounds like on the ball, which is great.
Yeah, he was on point for this show. So
nice.
The sound was great, even though they had a little issue with the sounds. I don't think it was as good as they wanted it.
If they sing Juke Joint Jezebel, I am fucking
they
happy
did.
as hell.
That was like, everybody lost their shit. It was like an anthem. It was amazing.
I sent that to Katie and Max. Couple YouTube videos I saw of them singing Juke Joint Jezebel live, and man, Sasha Konetsko of KMFDM hates that song, and I say fuck him.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful song. I love it. Now you showed Raymond Watts apparently my avatar with my pig shirt, and tell him what you showed him.
Yeah, so he was like, that's another thing too, that was kind of cool. He's actually really engaging with the fans. Like he wanted to talk to them and, get their story and stuff. Yeah. I didn't expect that. I thought it'd just be like, yeah, okay, go on, slap on the ass, get out of here. But he was just so nice and just so down to earth. So I kind of talked a little bit, and then I think he was in the middle of signing something. So if you see the picture that my mom took, I took my mom because Richmond is kind of shady, but yeah, so I was kind of like pulling out my phone. I was like, well, so I kind of showed him like your guys' Patreon page on my phone, and then like your avatar.
Nice.
But the crappiest thing was that, of course, as soon as I get to meet and greet the venue, they start playing like metal music. So I was like screaming at him the whole time.
Oh,
like,
no.
He's a really big fan. What? So he looked at it for like a long time too. That was the funniest thing. I think he was trying to read the text. So it was so funny though, because he just was like looking like he was just so intrigued by it. He was just like, oh, that's kind of neat. That's not something you see every day. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that was what you said earlier. That's not something I see every day. I'm like, yeah. Seeing you seeing like his logo in a fucking a goddamn dating sim.
Hey, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Oh, yeah.
True.
I know. I was like thinking hindsight. I was like, man, if I knew I was going to go see him, because this is all at the last minute. I had like got my tickets the night before. I'm like, I could have probably had your phone numbers. Probably could have left you a message or something. I said it would have been amazing, because he was like ready to do anything, like sign this, or whatever, take pictures.
God, I mean, I honestly wish that he like did a show closer to where I live, but I can't fly all the way over there. I can't afford to do something like that. Fly to Denver or Utah or something like that. Well, I fucking honestly believe the Pig album for Wrecked is the best Pig album ever, but I really think that the Gospel is the most accessible and probably the tightest and best that he's made so far. I think that everything just kind of sounds like hell blues. I mean, like the Diamond Sinners just fucking is perfect. and I tend to use. Katie and Max have seen parts of this. I intend to use a pig song from that album. She's seen it. I intend to use one of the songs from the Pig album for my ending in the hentai game.
Yeah, he didn't specify, so I was kind of curious.
I can't specify though. But I remember Max was like, "Yeah, I saw it," and he thought it was funny. And then Katie was watching it, and all she did was she was like laughing and going, "Oh my god," during my rough sketch. And now I gotta give that all those rough sketches to Mel, to Fubu, to draw, and then she's gonna be going, "Oh god, what the fuck are you doing?" So it's gonna be some hardcore porn. Let's just say that.
Christ almighty.
Lots of toys.
Great for me, guys.
Yeah, so
I even remember sending Fubu like a list of what I want to do and like I found like some hentai anime like positions and stuff. And I was like, this.
Christ almighty.
Yeah, pictures of the outfits and the toys that you want to use. I'm still like, oh no.
I know. I give Fubu a ton of shit because she does like some Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, and I'm like, why are you giving me shit for this? And she's like, because you're an actual person. You're an actual person, exactly. I'm like, but this is the hentai game. I'm the one who you have a ton of sex with. It's awesome that you got to see the pig show. I really wish I could go see it, but I will support him by buying the music. Even though I'm a huge fucking internet pirate, I have bought his albums. Yeah, I hope he just keeps doing more work because his last album is fucking amazing.
I mean, I was just like so happy to see him. Like, I just remember just pausing like in the middle of like one of the songs. I was just like, wow, I'm so happy he's like just having a great time and being with like to former bandmates and everything. It was just like a really positive, chill atmosphere. Nice.
Oh, I just think it's just cool that you kind of showed Raymond Watts, a couple of like examples of the Avatar and stuff like that. I think that's just pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Senpai noticed me, kind of.
He did. He stared at you for like a good 5 minutes, I think.
He's like, what the fuck is this shit again?
I know. Yeah.
It's a shame you didn't show him the ending though, because that's something you don't see every day.
Well, I'm not exactly wearing the pig shirt in the ending. Let's just say that I'm wearing plenty of other things.
Well, in that case, let's just ask Mel to add a little pig tramp stamp right above your butt cheeks.
Yes.
There you go.
I got a pig tramp stamp right above my butt cheeks. It looks like a chick's tramp stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Like right in the diamond of your ass, right there.
Well, again, a diamond sinners. It's who he is.
I should just take a screenshot when the game comes out, forward it to him on Twitter. He'd be like, "What the fuck?"
It's going to be the cover of his next album.
Oh yes. Also, speaking of that, we've actually thinking about doing the whole Sonic 25th anniversary. Do a commentary on that. Since we survived 3 hours of Batman v Superman, I think we can survive anything. Since have y'all saw that, at least the highlights of that yet?
I remember hearing something about the highlights and how embarrassing it was. I heard that it was kind of a flop.
Yeah, I've seen the compilation by what's his face, Crowbat or something like that on YouTube. He does like these compilations of like the cringiest moments from various streams, E3 conferences, and it was bad.
Yeah, it was basically your rock and roll theory, Max. Yeah, the whole. Well, the old guy. They just like so embarrassing. You just like, man, just. Seriously, it's time to go home.
Well, the most entertaining part was the guy was wearing the Sonic costume because he just didn't want to be there at all. He was supposed to be vibrant, but if you analyze his body language, where he stands there all the time, like I think Hello Kitty was also there. I don't know why, but she was there and she was trying to play with him. It's like, come on, let's be vibrant, let's entertain the fans. And he's like, fuck off.
He just looks like, oh my, like, what have I done? Like 25 years, I am stuck here in this terrible stream, a House of Blues with this crowd of complete and utter geeks. And meanwhile, Mario is just sitting around chilling, It's like, seriously, look at the Olympic, the Olympic Games at the end of it. Like, he just had a nice little cameo and such, and all that stuff. And meanwhile, Sonic, what is he doing in a House of Blues on a bad stream? Just dancing the Macarena. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, exactly. Mario does. There's no rivalry anymore. It's just like Mario just looks bad. It's like Mario just looks sad. Like, man, like, oh, remember all those days you were talking all this crap in the Sonic? You were talking all that stuff about me. Mm-hmm. How about that blast processor? Or Mario accent anyway. But anyway, let's see what else I'm gonna talk about. Oh yeah. Speaking of everything that's going on and stuff, I just actually recently saw today the Magnificent Seven, the remake of the remake.
Seven Samurai.
Yes. It's okay. Denzel was actually pretty good.
Cool.
It was good, but I'm like, I just sit there and I'm like, they could have done anything else with these guys, anything else with this, like these characters or something like that, or do some interesting twist for the story. But no, they just did the same story beat by beat by beat, and it was okay. But I was like, man, these actors, they deserve better. I mean, you have Vince D'Onofrio, Chris Pratt, Denzel Washington, all did good, all did well, but you just sit there. I'm like. And you wonder why, and people holler like, "Why is no one going to the movies no more?" Because of crap like this.
Because we've seen this shit before.
Yep.
Point.
Yeah,
But
better
yeah,
actually.
you gotta play it safe, Duke. So just remake. Actually, who had been clamoring for a remake of the Magnificent Seven or something? Ben-Hur. What gives these Hollywood executives the idea that we should remake property X, this property in particular?
Well, I actually think there's something to do with the fact that people are doing more like video game and music and movie piracy, that when Hollywood's missing a ton of movie because everyone's kind of stealing the movies, you almost have to spend money on things that are guaranteed because you don't have enough money to
No, this I understand, but here's what I'm saying.
Experiment.
James Bond is a safe bet. Batman is a safe bet. The Magnificent Seven. Kids these days don't have a fucking clue who the Magnificent Seven are. They don't care.
Exactly. They don't care about it. And
True.
And the one thing I just don't understand, maybe I'm going crazy, is that there have been many these small time scripts that, you know, completely come out of nowhere and they make money. I mean, for example, like this summer, The Shallows probably didn't cost that much money to make. It was pretty much a single, like it was pretty much like a dangerous animal flick with the shark and everything. That made bank. That made money. Really? Same with you know, I think what was that? Bad Moms. I think that made over $100 million, and I don't see how much that was.
Well, interestingly enough, Mel Gibson, of all people, I was reading an interview with him because he had a movie recently made. It's kind of like a low-budget revenge flick where he plays like an ex-mercenary or something, and he has this adoptive daughter. The daughter gets kidnapped. It's kind of like Taken, basically, but I think it's R-rated. It's low-budget, but from what I've heard, it's actually a decent revenge flick. And they were interviewing the guy, and he said that he looks at something like that in Superman. And he almost sees it as a crime because you've got, like, what, $200 million, and all of it is burning on the screen because you could have taken all of that money and you could have funded 5 smaller, budget-wise, but infinitely superior quality-wise movies. But they don't do that. They have all these money, they have all this talent, and yet, what I know you like the movie, but what did they create in the end?
Yeah,
they create
I agree.
Batman v Superman.
And you could say the same for Marvel and too, because you look what they're doing. I mean, last I checked, I think the Avengers, like Age of Ultron, made over $1 billion, and yet that didn't make his money back. It's like what the world's going on? And then you have Star Wars Rogue One, which I don't think it's going to make as much money as they're predicting, and yet they want to have a Star Wars movie every year now. Which is that's not going to dilute that's not going to dilute.
That's going to saturate the market.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not going.
Episode 7.
By the way,
the prequels were terrible, and people wanted a return to form. But then again, some people rightfully complained that it was too close to Episode 4, and the next one, based on what we've read, is going to be basically a recreation of Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
beat by beat.
Yeah.
So, but if you oversaturate the market, it's like, hey, we're going to have a Star Wars movie for the next 50 years. You know?
Well, it loses what's special about it. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty much that. And meanwhile, by the way, I looked at Bad Moms. It was a budget $20 million, brought back 158 million in box office.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It just feels like when I grew up, I had a small town, and there was basically like a Chinese restaurant finally opened up in town, right? But the problem is nobody wants to eat Chinese every single day. So like the first 2 weeks, it did really well, but then after that, people are just like, yeah, I really don't feel like eating Chinese every goddamn day. So the Chinese restaurant eventually had to quit because, maybe once in a blue moon, you kind of feel like going out and eating that. Same thing with the Star Wars movie. You don't want to go out and watch a Star Wars movie every year because that just get boring. I mean, that's like the fucking Hobbit. The Hobbit did the exact same goddamn thing. People are getting sick and tired of, I saw Lord of the Rings trilogy. That was great. Hobbit, it's all right. And then after the first Hobbit movie, no one really started giving a fuck.
Yeah, it just becomes an obligation. It becomes like work. And that, to me, that's what's basically going the realm of video games. That is what killed pretty much the Sonic franchise and tie it back in.
And Assassin's Creed and a lot of the Battlefield and Call of Duty stuff. I mean, it's like
Silent Hill there for a while.
Oh yeah. Funny thing is, I actually saw a preview of Assassin's Creed, the trailer, and I know y'all probably already saw it, but that movie looks terrible. It looks just horrible, and you had the Kanye West music that just clashes with the entire trailer. Like, I'm a man of God, but I am God. I'm like,
yes, because when I think of the Crusades, I think of Kanye West, obviously.
I mean,
you know what? They probably paid more royalty-wise for that music, as opposed if they had not hired even, but used some Two Steps from Hell music, which would have been much more appropriate.
Yeah, and it would have fit the whole entire Middle East and
Spain
Crusades feel,
Yeah.
Yeah, and instead we're just gonna have this, and it looks just horrible.
What they should have done is that they totally should have used Thomas Bergerson, one of the guys in Two Steps from Hell. You know that song that they used for Metal Gear Vengeance, wherever the hell it is, the Raiden game.
I know of the guy, but I don't know what song you're talking about.
Oh shit! It's.
Think hard.
I'll look it up real quick. I'll just pause my ass.
Okay. Remember, Matt still has that headache going on.
It's not the one with the angels, is it?
No, it's Thomas Bergerson. It has it's his album, his solo album. It has a picture of the rose and Beauty and the Beast. And this particular song is fucking great because it's inside the Metal Gear Vengeance trailer, and it's goddamn amazing. 1 second.
I'm looking up too, just see if I can. My Google Fu can beat yours, Google Fu, Laughing Man.
It's a race of Google. The one who gets bragging rights.
And let's see. It is okay. Let's see. It's supposedly I think it's Depeche Mode, I believe. Depeche Mode.
Oh, that's not right.
Oh, is that the E3 2012 trailer?
No, the song I'm looking at is Thomas Bergerson, and the song is called Rada, or Rada, R-A-D-A.
Oh.
And it is fucking amazing. I mean, you hear it inside the trailer, and it's just I don't know, it just grabs you and holds your attention, and it's just badass.
Yeah,
that's why I love. That's why I love Two Steps from Hell, because you listen to that, and if you're driving a car, you feel like you're fucking invincible.
I recommend it though.
I'll definitely give that thing a listen to, and well, I bow to your Google Fu, Laughing Man, and maybe this is payback because I'm privileged because of my cable and such.
Obviously, that's why. Well, speaking of adaptations, Matt, have you seen it's not an official trailer; it's more like a collage of short 10-second clips, but have you seen the so-called trailer for the Ghost in the Shell live-action movie?
I saw the fan trailer where they basically took all little pieces of these little miniature trailers and they put it to the
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Ghost in the Shell anime music. Yeah, it looks interesting though, but still there's not a whole lot.
And just like that, I think that was the wrong safe word. You said the Ghost in the Cell, and I think the fanboys went crazy, so that's why the alarm went off.
Oh, we still have a couple of minutes before we bring in the next person.
All right, but I actually saw it, and I saw the cuts, and I'm like, It looks interesting, but I just have no faith in it whatsoever. And this to me pisses me off because not only I like Ghost in the Shell, but there's so many good anime adaptations Hollywood could do. Like Gunsmith Cats, you could do that. You could look at, say, I honestly think Dragon Ball Z, you could actually do a Dragon Ball Z movie. Heck, I could point to the.
They already tried that.
Yeah,
you could do it. I mean, look at Man of Steel, which honestly felt like more. I enjoy it. Look, something like more of a Dragon Ball Z movie and such. You could do it,
especially the night scenes.
Yeah, they can without the whole Kamehameha, the whole Kamehameha stuff, which they can. It's just you have to have people that care about the project and such. But it is like there's this whole wealth of great ideas and great properties that can have that sort of thing in anime. But sadly, the only good anime movie I've seen that was straight adaptation, not a straight adaptation, but a closer adaptation was Live, Die, Repeat. Tom Cruise movie, Edge of Tomorrow. That to me, that was really good. And now they're going to try to make a sequel because Lord knows, that's what you do instead of actually saying, okay, let the story end. Oh, let's make a pointless sequel that just destroys all the goodwill from.
Well, Scientologists need something to watch. I mean, they're only allowed to watch Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
make that money somehow.
I pity the poor fool who watches Jack.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool who has to watch those Jack Reacher movies, which I'm sorry. I'm like, Tom Cruise should not be this big ass kicker, man. If it was someone like, say, someone bigger, someone stronger, I would believe it. But Tom Cruise, you're like 5 foot, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe ludicrous things, but no, man. No, you can't. Man. He probably get his ass kicked by these 6 foot guys, man, in a real fight.
I'm just hoping that the Ghost in the Shell movie actually doesn't go down being a total action movie, and it actually has the same amount of philosophical weight as the anime does. Because I don't think they will. I mean, it's an American movie. They're gonna make it all action. They're gonna dumb it down. It's
gotta be explosions. It's gotta be tits and asses.
Yeah.
Well, more importantly, it's from the director of that movie with Thor, Snow White and the Huntsman, something like that.
And the fact you're going to have a Blade Runner 2 coming out, which is not going to have any type of death or any type of substance. If you want to watch, if it's going to be just like that, so when those 2 movies come out, just be prepared for a lot of action, no substance, and just prepare just to look back and just say, you know what, just disregard them. Just say it's over and done with.
So why is the stream called YouTube Heroes Party? You guys haven't brought it up once.
S Max.
Heroes.
No, remember the YouTube Heroes thing that's happening where a bunch of people can become YouTube heroes and start flagging other videos they don't agree with, which apparently is a huge fucking mistake and everyone hates it.
Yeah.
At least that's what Thunderfoot said. Thunderfoot reported that 95% disapproval rating for this YouTube Heroes program.
Yeah. I don't know. I signed up for it, but YouTube hasn't gotten back to me.
Maybe we're going to cancel it if we're lucky. It just sounds like a bad idea because, I mean, everyone can be offended by anything. And if you're going around saying, yeah, this video is bad based on my subjective opinion, then it's just...
Oh, it's
whatever.
not even, I mean, that's bad, but the worst part is that I saw Mr. Metacore put it like this. Basically, what they've done is they've created a Western RPG where the only way to advance or to level up, to use the proper lingo, is to snitch on other people and try to drag them down by flagging their content. They don't reward you. They don't let you level up by creating content. I mean, sure, you can write subtitles and whatnot, but who reads those? Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Instead, the best way to level up is to start reporting other videos, and then once you get to, I think it's level 3, you get the ability to mass flag content you don't like. And the way they showed in the video, it's just the guy literally going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just clicking on videos and bam, they're gone.
So you basically earn points and you level up your own channel or your own account by flagging other videos, whether they're flaggable or not.
Yes, by reporting people who do not like the Big Brother.
Yeah.
The 1984 comparisons were never more appropriate than before.
Right.
I hated
It's
that
kind of like
book.
when people used to like report people to the Gestapo, right?
Oh, it's the same thing here because, again, this is a voluntary service, and who's going to volunteer to do all of this? Aside from power-hungry people who want to ingratiate themselves with the establishment being Google, in order to then try to advance or shove their own agenda down people's throats.
Hi, FBI. I think Cinemax is a communist.
Don't forget the mass amount of trolls that are signing up so they can try to break the thing.
Well, that's a
yeah,
good
exactly.
thing. Because
Well, if they try to disrupt it and break it, that's awesome.
Myself included.
Woo!
Yeah.
But do you see Emma Watson made another speech about gender equality because she's got nothing better to do with her life.
No, clearly not.
Harry Potter.
aside from embezzling money.
Well, Harry Potter's over now, so it's like, well, shit.
You know what?
I
She
mean,
got, actually, that's an interesting point because she got more diversified because in the stage play of The Cursed Child, she got replaced by a female of color.
well, I mean, it's so weird that she's playing a Disney princess. Isn't that the epitome of what feminists think that the way men picture women as like the dainty little princess who does all the chores and has to be perfect?
Her only goal in life is to get married to some prince
Yeah.
and then live happily ever after, cranking out babies off screen.
And she goes on about how, I've been oppressed because I used to be called
She's
bossy.
been
And it's
oppressed.
like-
She can go
and
fuck
it's like-
herself.
It's like you grew up in Oxford with like parents who were lawyers, you were a child star. You think you've been oppressed your whole life? You think you had it
Oh my
hard? You had
gosh.
you had a university education, and you think you've got it hard?
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the
but-
thing too. Is most of the rich people are the ones who are all these social justice warriors. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
it's like Katie brought up once, where it's like all these rich people are like, oh, I feel guilty for having it so bad, and then they have to make it sound like they've been oppressed too, so that they could like try to right a wrong. And it's like, fucking hell.
See, I think you're
Well,
giving them
apparently-
too much credit where you think they're actually concerned about all of this. I think this is just an act of virtue signaling.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Well, apparently
Just-
what
just
she
like-
said was that universities should ensure that students leave with expectations of equality in society.
Emma, you're a multimillionaire. I'm not. So how about
give me half your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want us to
How
be
about you start
equal, then why don't you
practicing
split your wealth?
Well, it's just like when George Clooney's going around saying, "Oh yeah, Britain should let in more like immigrants from Turkey," and it's like, well, how many have you taken in, asshole, in your 5 mansions?
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, but Matt, at the same time, he did write a check for the Ice Bucket Challenge, so he did his share. Obviously, it's the same thing.
Well, I mean,
Which
when-
is how much percentage of his annual income? I mean, he made a check for $50. That's kind of like us finding a penny on the street and then scraping our shoe with it.
Yeah, but don't you see, he cares. The same way Robert Downey Jr.,
His crocodile
Scarlett
tears.
Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, what's his face?
You can see Mark Ruffalo's dick in the next Avengers movie if you make sure you vote for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
God, the first time I saw that, I was like, what a bunch of shit. Talk about appeal to authority. All these fucking...
Matt, they're Avengers. They wouldn't.
Fuck them! Right up the
They
ass.
wouldn't do anything to, spread propaganda and.
You notice how Captain America wasn't there?
Ooh.
Well, the
Good
Civil War, he left the team, obviously, and he's
Well, 'cause
Well,
Oh,
he's already had to deal with Nazis, so.
But I mean, like, almost all of them are like acting like they're crying and shit on camera, and it's like that's what you do for a living. You act, you pretend shit. These are
first of
crocodile
all-
tears, and you're like, make sure that someone who make. I'm not for Donald Trump whatsoever, though, but just the amount of polarity is just disgusting.
Look, I'm not a fan of Trump myself.
Make sure you don't vote for a guy who he has control over the nuclear missiles, and his job used to be firing things.
Man,
Listen,
Matt is
I'm
on
not
the-
pro-Trump myself, but just the fact of how much rim job does Hillary Clinton get from all these celebrities and the mainstream
Which is
media
why I
watch?
don't want to vote for Hillary Clinton, is strictly because it's who the media wants you to vote for.
Exactly. Also, notice how manipulative the entire thing was. I mean, first of all, it was written by Joss Whedon, so that explains the...
someone who knows firsthand the wrath of Tumblr and yet still does this shit.
Yeah, but notice that they were kind of holding back for the first couple of seconds, and then they show you Don Cheadle, and Don Cheadle is the one to say, "Do you really want to vote for a racist?" So what they're doing there is, oh my god, a black man is saying that if I vote for Trump, I'm going to be a racist. I don't want to be a racist. I mean, I like black people, so...
You don't want to be a sexist either, right? Because if you don't vote for a woman for president, then you're a sexist.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
Trump is a
it's-
racist, and yet Hillary was the one who advocated to go to a war that ended up killing loads of Middle Eastern people.
Surely you're talking about someone else, because Hillary Clinton would never do that. I mean, she's a saint on earth.
Yeah, didn't you see that picture of Hillary Clinton helping those 2 men up the stairs? Hillary Clinton, two guys are basically holding her up, and the CNN caption, it's a fake image, obviously, though, but the CNN caption with Wolf Blitzer says, Hillary Clinton helping two men up the stairs. I'd still vote Gary Johnson over...
Gary Gunson?
Gary Johnson, yeah. Gary Johnson over top of Trump and Hillary. I can't do that. I cannot vote for either one of those assholes.
No.
Although, when you watch like a John Oliver episode and it's about the DNC, and you think he'd be covering like the DNC email links and the Bernie Sanders fiasco, and then immediately after he mentions the DNC thing, he goes right back to Trump. Yeah, I've really got a lot of disdain for that.
Didn't what's his face? Not Dr. Dre, that's the rapper, but the guy who's associated with Oprah, Dr. Drew. Is it Dr. Drew?
Dr. Drew or Dr. Oz? One of the two got fired first.
I think Dr. Oz. The show is on air for how many years, and then the guy speculates that Hillary Clinton has either pneumonia or some brain damage.
Parkinson's.
Show is canceled immediately. It's like, are you fucking me? Are you shitting me?
That was Dr. Drew, I think.
One of the two, doesn't matter, but it's that obvious, huh? You criticize the Führer, and you're off the air.
Yep. And that's what I hate.
I don't know if you've seen this, Matt, but speaking of entertainment media trying to sway the public's opinion of the presidential candidates, basically the guy, one of the founders of the Oculus Rift, turns out that he was supporting some kind of internet meme group that was anti-Clinton. He wasn't pro-Trump, but he was anti-Clinton. Mm-hmm. And then the regressive left, the regressive indie developers, find out about it, and they start a Twitter boycott campaign against this guy. I forget his name. It's something like Lawrence. No, not Lawrence. Yeah, it's Palmer Luckey. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And you have some great visionaries such as Phil Fish, the creator of Fez, that milestone classic, of course, trying to ruin this guy's reputation. And then at the end, they also try to inject a political statement saying something like, in a political climate as fragile and horrifying as this one, we cannot tacitly endorse these actions by supporting Luckey or his platform. Even though, as far as I'm concerned, the guy's no longer even with Oculus. He's out, but whatever. And then they finish off by saying, if you are a voting citizen of the United States, please remember to register and make your voices heard this November 8th. Do not let bigotry, white supremacy, hate, and fear win. Not saying, like, vote Hillary Clinton, but at the same time, they're saying...
They're definitely saying not who to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they're saying that, they might as well be saying vote for Hillary Clinton, because it's not like there's many alternatives.
Well... Natalie, didn't they do the exact same thing for Brexit, where it's like, oh, if you vote to leave the EU, you're
a racist.
And even fucking Kit Harington, Jon Snow didn't know shit, where he's like, oh yeah.
Well, of course he is, because everyone who wanted to remain was either, brainwashed by the media to believe that we would enter World War III if we left for whatever reason.
Literally,
because that's the only thing they had. That's the only argument that the Remain camp had, because they had no other actual, benefits for remaining, so they just had to make shit up. Because people are stupid.
Well, and the other half of the people were the people who were fucking wealthy.
I understand that part, but it's...
Kit Harington was fucking the guy who, his ancestor invented the shitter? I mean, come on.
His ancestor created the toilet, yeah.
But even he's like, oh yeah, people vote against the EU and people vote against the EU and it's going to be horrible. And it's like, yeah.
Well, it's like how
Status quo.
Benedict Cumberbatch came back here to do a play or something, and he was like, "Oh, we need to accept these Syrian refugees because they're fleeing from war." And it's like, for starters, you live in fucking California, so I don't know why you're coming over here telling us who we should let in. A lot of these people, yeah, they might be fleeing from war, but then they go through about 5 other countries to get here, because they know that those 5 other countries won't shower them with benefits like we will.
Yeah, people who move to the UK.
No, but no, it's
aren't they given
obviously
a ton of
about the
shit?
values that they respect. The Western values, such as equality, equal opportunity, non-violence, and stuff like that. I mean, the benefits, it's kind of like a cherry on the top, but that's not really what it's about.
Well, we're going so far down the political hole that it's just like...
Oh, I know. I was going to say, this topic's kind of deep, you guys. Why are we talking about it?
Matt, the world is going to shit, and you want us to talk about Nintendo second half of the 17th time?
Well, yeah, because we have to remain completely oblivious. It's just like one thing that South Park recently did, all right, which is the Remember Berries. Remember Chewbacca? Remember Star Wars? And it takes your mind off of all the stupid shit, all the horrible shit going on currently.
Yeah. We kind of reminded everybody that. Sorry, everybody.
Well, yeah, it's like how when they were discussing a really important law on the news, but then they cut halfway through because, oh my god, Justin Bieber's gone to jail for driving.
Oh, that was the NSA revelations. One senator lady was talking about the NSA and how they need to do stuff, and then all of a sudden the CNN anchor breaks the news to be like, we got breaking news that Justin Bieber's just been arrested, and it's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
No, you better hang it up. Before we're out as some type of like Trump supporters or something. So I mean, again, I don't give a fuck who people vote for, but the bias is disgusting. So that's all I'm saying.
Exactly. You guys need to knock it off. Make it great again.
Make YouTube great again. Yes. Good job, Max.
Oh goodness.
Max is officially a YouTube hero.